Hi, Goddess. Welcome. Today's topic is Are You Listening? And it was my guidance to talk about this today. And I was reminded about my very esteemed mentor who many years ago, when I was at my own rock bottom, and I was at, my last straws, and I was doing my best and wondering why everything was going so wrong. And I was madly calling my mentor, and all of a sudden she came out and said, "You're not listening." And I was a bit surprised by this, because I was doing the best that I possibly could. In fact, I couldn't have been working any harder. And here is my mentor who came out and said, "You're not listening. That's why you're on the wrong path." And that particular day, when I was at my wit's end these many years ago, I actually stopped to really reflect on that. Am I not listening? What am I not listening to? And here is the thing. We have all the answers. Every single answer that we seek is within us. And yet, a few things happen. The first one being, there's too much noise around us. So basically, we're so busy listening and being influenced by everything around us, especially in this day and age where information is coming at us at such a rapid pace, that we actually forget to listen to our own truth. And the beauty of it is that we do have the answers inside us. And then there's the other factor of influence, of other people telling us what the truth is or what the truth should be. So then we listen to these other people. And again, we deny our own truth. The other factor is that you don't trust yourself. That so much has happened in your life that you actually don't trust yourself. And that comes down to the one single underlying issue, as always, of self-worth. So for that, I'll have something for you a bit later on. Now, here's another factor. Sometimes the truth is not easy for us. In fact, living your truth in authenticity sometimes means that you have to make certain sacrifices. But these sacrifices are actually worth it, because the downside of actually not listening to your own truth ends up in disease, discomfort, anger, frustration, all of those negative emotions we feel that then perpetuate into negative, destructive patterns and behaviors. So even though the truth may be hard to look at and actually acknowledge, it is worthwhile living your truth, because that is what being an authentic goddess is all about, Goddess. Speaking of goddesses, once again, I've picked out this beautiful goddess card that I'm going to read out to you for this week for us. And her name is Amphitrite. And I'll tell you all about her a little bit later on. Now, the trick about our own truth is to release our resistance to it. And in actual fact, you can join our Goddess Club. It's actually happening again this Saturday. It happens bi-weekly. And during that session, this Saturday, we're going to be releasing our resistance to our own truth and authenticity. So if you want to join us, the first month is free and the link is below, okay? Now, the resistance is there, even though it's unconscious for us sometimes, because it could be something like, for instance, the truth to our illness, or the truth to our depression or anxiety or whatever it is. Okay, so sometimes we're so caught up in the past or what's happening and what's happening to us that we identify with it so strongly that we actually refuse to believe that whatever is there at the moment for us, the truth of it may be that we have used it as some form of protection, that it has made us feel safe in some way. And that's sometimes difficult to actually accept. So sometimes we do have a resistance to our own truth, and we're going to be releasing it in a super powerful session this Saturday. But I will actually give you a couple of tips as well during this session in this video, okay? Now, the thing is too that we are actually called to listen in the world today because there is so much extreme rapid change happening. So now more than ever, you may have heard me actually suggest that you start to use your imagination a lot more than you have been in the past. Here is where we have to listen. And being aware, being conscious means actually being attuned to what's going on and looking at the signs and actually listening to and noticing what's happening. I remember many years ago, I don't know if you ever read it, there was a book called The Celestine Prophecy, and it was a best-selling hit. In fact, I remember when I actually bought this book and I got on this bus one day and everybody, or just about everybody, was reading the Celestine Prophecy. And the Celestine Prophecy was all about serendipity and about being, that feeling of being in the zone, which feels so amazing. And it's when we're in tune with ourselves and who we really are and our creativity and inspiration and imagination, and it's all happening. Well, that was what the Celestine Prophecy was all about, serendipity. It was about all these coincidences and things happening. And this particular time, the reason I'm mentioning it is because it's happening now. This is a very historical moment in the world history. We are actually going into a new era, and that has been my thankful foresight that I'm sharing with you. So what I'm called to share with you today is to listen and look out for signs. You can do that in your dreams. And here is a tip to getting to your authentic and very powerful truth. Begin to sit in silence. Try 10 minutes, try half an hour, build up to an hour. Just sit in silence and breathe and listen to yourself. That is how you get to your truth. And meditation. And in that, you can also incorporate your imagination and start to create what you want to create, because that will create new neural pathways for you in your mind, okay? But actually accessing your truth is sitting in silence, not being influenced by a lot of noise, a lot of influence, just sitting in silence and breathing, following your breath and listening to yourself. Another way you can do it is go to sleep. When you go to bed at night, ask that you receive the answers that you seek, either in your dreams or first thing in the morning. I can honestly tell you, I wake up with guidance every single morning. And that is the gift that I am most thankful for. And you can do it too, Goddess. So really start to get in tune with yourself. Another way to really get in tune with yourself is practicing yoga as well. Yoga is fantastic for that. So there you have it. There are a couple of quick tips that you can actually put to practice straight away. Now, the thing about trusting yourself and it coming down to self-worth is very, very important, because as you know, when we're young, we trust ourselves without even knowing it to do all these crazy things and try things and discover things as kids, right? So as we grow older, it's knocked out of us because we're criticized, or we're told we can't do something, and those are the messages that we actually take on board. So on that, what I've been working on with this 30-day ClickFunnels challenge is actually a free online course So that will give you a really quick confidence boost, because what it will tell you is exactly what self-worth is, and it will go through, this video goes through every single sign of low self-worth, even the ones you don't think, okay? And then there's a very simple, quick, and powerful exercise to release it with tips you can practice for a quick confidence boost. And that link is down there for you as well. So check that out. You're welcome to it, Goddess. So with the free video and our Goddess Club, the group online coaching, they're the two most powerful resources I can recommend to you right now. But I encourage you to really get in tune with yourself and look out for the signs, okay? In fact, I just thought of another example to give you, because I am in silence a lot of the time and I do practice what I preach, okay? So having said that, I treated myself on the weekend to this beautiful coconut oil hot stone Thai massage. So when I was in there, I was actually so relaxed that I fell asleep, felt fantastic, came out and was walking home. It was only a 5-minute walk, okay? So there I am walking home, and all of a sudden this bird swoops down and brushes the top of my head. And I'm like, you know, all of a sudden I was awake. I was like, what is going on here? And then for the second time, swoop. Third time, swoop. And it wasn't even a magpie. You know, you could say, oh, my hair is black and magpies might have mistaken it. No, it wasn't a magpie. It was just a bird. And I'm thinking, first of all, I was like, whoa, I've really woken up now. And then I was thinking, what is this symbolizing to me? So then I looked into the symbolism of birds, and of course, the bird apparently spiritually is the highest point to the universe, or, you know, and I thought, oh, great, well, maybe it was telling me something. So these are signs that you can look out for. You can also look out for physical signs, or something that comes up in your mind all of a sudden, or a dream you have. Like, really go into your dreams and interpret your dream and what your dream means, because our unconscious is always delivering signs to us. So, Goddess, it takes courage to live your truth and authenticity, but don't be afraid to ask yourself the really hard questions. Like, what am I getting out of, I don't know, being sick? What is being sick actually giving me? Because the law of opposites dictates that there is a silver lining to absolutely everything. In fact, you know, hot, cold, right, wrong, you know, the law of opposites. Wherever there is one thing, there's something else. So really challenge yourself to ask yourself the hard questions. I encourage you, and I want to know how you get on, okay? So get in touch with me and let me know how you get on with actually accessing your truth, your authenticity. So now I'm going to read this beautiful goddess card to you, and this is the goddess card for us for the week, and her name is Amphitrite. So Amphitrite is the ancient Greek triple goddess in her guise as ruler of the sea. I thought that was Poseidon. Her name, used synonymously with the ocean by Homer, means the third one who encircles. A moon goddess, Amphitrite, retained her individuality, authenticity goddess, even under the later Greeks who had her married to Poseidon. She has a special concern for all creatures of the sea and is responsible for the foaming waves. Just as Amphitrite can moderate the winds and the sea, how powerful is that? We can learn to calm the waves of our inner storms. The benefit of sitting in silence and meditating and feeling our feelings. So, Goddess, with that, I hope to see you on Saturday for our super powered goddess session in our group together online. And feel free to download that free video for a quick confidence boost as well. Wishing you amazing success always. Namaste. Bye for now.